Barcelona are the La Liga champions for the 27th time. Whistles all around the RCD stadium, but the melee of
"You see how they kill you? I could have never lasted at Barca" is one of the few lines that I think really reigns home as Xavi let the world know today that he will be leaving Barcelona. These were Xavi's words after a day of Jurgen Klopp announcing to the world he was leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Xavi has now let us know he's leaving Barca at the end of the season, but my only question to the chat, did Xavi make this decision or did Barcelona make this decision?
Breaking news, it's over between Barcelona and Xavi Hernandez. He's gonna leave the club at the end of the season. Decision made by the manager. Xavi leaves Barcelona in June. He just announced it in a press conference that he decided a couple of days ago, and now he wants to make public after the terrible game with Villarreal beating Barcelona that he's going to leave the club. So it's over. He's gonna complete the season. We have to see the results in the next weeks, days and months, but in any case, at the end of the current season in June, Xavi Hernandez will not be Barcelona manager anymore. This is an important, one more breaking news story after Jurgen Klopp. Xavi leaves Barca next summer.
Chapter 1, Motive. As Xavi decides to leave the club, he left behind every criticism and every single line of questioning about the club's performance, as clearly it's taken its toll. As Xavi walks up to the podium every day, he's only looking forward to actually being more unhappy, because Xavi was, what we'd all believe, to no longer be able to handle the Barcelona hot seat. And Barcelona clearly needed a fresh change, fresh opportunity to get to a new level and fix their attack as one of the main strong points Xavi was given flowers for, because at the time, their defensive prowess was so good, you didn't have to worry about the attacking side of Barcelona. How good they were defensively led them to a league title last season. But now they're the same team leaking 5 goals to Villarreal. They are conceding goals at an all-time high, and they have zero potency with Lewandowski up front. Xavi considers himself a man of the club, someone that is a legend of the club, and in no way, shape, or form did bro want to go and get sacked. I'm sorry. Barcelona also winning the Champions League this season is very much a pipe dream like any other.
Oh my goodness, bro. What did I just watch, bro? Barcelona just lost 5-3 to Villarreal, bro. After being down 2-0, Barcelona came back 3-2. And then the game ended up 5-3 with Villarreal scoring another 3 goals to flip the game on Barcelona.
After embarrassing exits in Europe and both the Champions League and Europa League, how much of this falls on Xavi? Just after Barca was put on World TV to get bopped by Madrid, Xavi's intent at the time signaled to stay and fight and to improve with quotes like, "The day my players no longer follow me, I'll pack my bags and leave. I'm calm. I have 3 titles to win. We're closer to success than failure."
El Barça és una decisió que hem estat parlant ara amb el president, amb Rafa Yuste, amb Alejandro Echeverría, amb Deco i amb part de l'estaf. Crec que la situació mereix un canvi de rumb i com a culer no puc permetre aquesta situació. Crec que ha arribat al punt d'anunciar-ho públicament, així ho tenia decidit ja fa uns dies, però crec que és el moment. Tal com han anat les circumstàncies, crec que el club necessita un canvi de dinàmica i sobretot com a culer, pensant en el club, en el bé dels jugadors també, pensant en ells, crec que també s'alliberaran, estaran més tranquils, crec que juguem amb massa tensió pel bé de la junta directiva, del club, com a culer, pensant com a home de club, crec que el millor és marxar el 30 de juny. Dit això, doncs donaré tot de mi aquests 4 mesos que...
The feeling of being Barca coach is unpleasant. It's cruel. You feel that often there's a lack of respect and you feel they do not value your work. And this wears you down terribly. Dog, I don't care what employer you work for, bro. That's unsettling. Xavi, after bringing Barcelona back to glory with a league title, guys, mind you, in an incredible season with less financial resources than his peers, he still was clamoring for respect that the nigga deserved back then. Every question, every moment the media is asking for, expectations of this season, you tend to find find the things Xavi's talking about to be true. Luis Enrique delivered a treble, guys, on Barca's doorstep, and he created one of the best attacks of all time in MSN. And just like that, a season or two later, bro, what's that? Have we heard about Luis Enrique and his amazing work at Barca since then? What? Xavi has a right to feel credited towards his work no matter what club he manages. Yet it seems that no matter what is done at Barca, you'll never get credit for it. Chapter 2, Burnout. Xavi in his announcement didn't look or sound like Klopp. Klopp on January 27th looked at peace with his decision, but more so happy to finish things out, galvanizing the squad for one last ride, right? Yet Xavi's mind is definitely set on getting this shit over with. And a quote I found extremely insightful from Pep on only just 4 years of glory that he stayed at Barca for, pretty much my whole childhood, Barca wasn't matching the success there. It almost screams to me that you're set up to fail at Barca no matter how good really you do. Whether the team feels it on the pitch or not, you the manager feel it in your heart. Pep's quote wet, and I motherfucking quote. 4 years on the Barcelona bench is an eternity. You can only recover by resting, he said. It would have been a bad decision to continue. We have lived too many strong things together to run the risk that this goes wrong. Let's look at some of the names in the running to be the next fall guy, Barcelona. Chapter 3, the next king. Two of Europe's biggest jobs opened up in 24 hours, and I'm rolling the blood right now. I'm hearing Marfa Marquez, I'm hearing Thiago Motta, but this Barca job will inevitably be tougher than most expect. A manager isn't walking into a side destined to dominate Europe. They are still in a rebuild and are no way near finished article. They are done with the club legend in Xavi, who just delivered a fucking title. I don't think these names have the pedigree to truly lead the rebuild also. A top manager would be needed at the very end, like a De Zerbi, for the next 2 to 3 years, as the club will be facing the Peps, the Ancelottis, the Alonsos of the world. You'll need a top coach. Rafa Marquez can make sense that he already has worked with Deco and is working with Deco, and it's not left field to suggest that financially, right, this will be the easiest decision for the club. And as he manages Barcelona B, it could be a time Barca could let him bet in and potentially improve the side with so many youngsters he brought through. Definitely in some ways the safest option with the club, not having to bring in an entire coaching staff or new faces, yet it remains the risk that he hasn't been in the limelight with extreme pressure like this before. And players like Lamine Yamal and Xavi have come through the school of Rafa, but we'd have no clue until day one just how well Rafa Marquez's style translates to La Liga. When I look at the improvement of Dominic Solanke, I go and look at Iraola. I also look at how Bournemouth is set up to play against every single team in the Premier League and honestly do its job tactically no matter who they're facing. If you had an option, right, between Barcelona and Bournemouth FC, I hope you're picking Barcelona, and for that reason alone, he's on the short list. Now, with him recently joining Bournemouth, it may make things difficult contractually, meaning Barca may be turned off by paying for a manager who just started to get it right in England. But remember, Barcelona are a club that's trying to also slow down spending, so that's why Iraola probably would be at the lower end of the list. Here comes Jose Mourinho, a manager on the short list again due to how low Barcelona are as a club from the inside and the outside at the moment. Jose needs Barca as bad as Barca possibly could need Jose. They may need him, the most recognizable manager on the list. And while many would argue the Bernabeu is fucking up this transition, there already have been 2 names to step before Mourinho to manage both for the Galacticos and in Catalonia, because Enrique Fernandez and Radomir Antic have already done that for him. Only issue is winning could be guaranteed, yet it's proven that more than for its season or two, a manager like Jose isn't stabilizing the club. Once picked over by Pep Guardiola, you gotta remember as well, Jose doesn't fit Barcelona's style of play and the style that realistically Deco and Laporta would want for Barcelona. However, we don't gotta remember, Jose Mourinho is Jose Mourinho, and he's still the most decorated manager on this list. So did you enjoy it? The ride this nigga Xavi took you on in the last 2.5 years. Moving forward into the future, another man will be judged in the same way and criticized after winning, disgraced after defeat. It's the life of Barca managers and clearly Barca legends. Whether Xavi needed to make this move now, we'll never know. Now all we can do is move on, for better or for worse. I go by the name of Onyx. Goodbye.